This project is called the negative space line pattern letter. You're going to start out by creating a box, and inside that box you're going to erase and remove a letter, which then becomes negative space. This is positive space, it's filled with something. The letter is negative space, it's empty. Then from there, we'll fill the positive space with different line patterns. To start this project out, you'll first use a ruler and draw a large rectangle on a piece of paper. So we'll start with that using a ruler. I'm just going to draw out this large rectangle. This large rectangle we're going to imagine is solid and it's filled with something. So we're pretending that it's a block of solid space. All right, almost got the rectangle finished here. Okay, so imagining that this is a large solid space filled with something, I'm going to erase out the shape of a letter. The letter you pick should be one of your initials, first or last initial. I'm going to pick A for this, so I'm going to line my ruler up with the corner, draw a line going straight up, leave a little bit of space here, draw a line going down. So I've got the shape of my A. Now I have to make it kind of a solid shape. Draw a line up in this direction. Draw a line up here. You can see my A is starting to form. I'll put that little hole in the A right up here. All right, so I have my A inside a box. What I want to do is I want to make this negative space though. I want to make this completely empty on the inside. So I'm going to erase where my letter touches the edge of my box. And it's going to make it look like this is just empty space in here, empty space here, and empty space here. So these are enclosed shapes, enclosed, 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 and my background and my letter are all empty. From here, I'm going to outline this entire thing with a fine tip Sharpie. Please don't use a regular Sharpie, use a fine tip Sharpie. I'm only going to do a small portion of this in the video, but on your project, you'll need to use a fine tip Sharpie everywhere. The next step is that you're going to break this up into a bunch of different spaces so that you can fill it with line pattern, and that's up to you how you want to do this. I'm going to start, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'll start by drawing wavy lines that go from the top down. I'm just breaking this apart into different sections. I'll break this apart. All right, once that's done, go over it all in fine tip Sharpie. And then the last part is the most important part and the part that you really need to spend time on. And that's filling this entire thing with line pattern using a fine tip Sharpie. You can start in pencil, but go over it in Sharpie and erase everything. My first line pattern is going to be a bunch of spirals that all connect. I'm going to draw them all in pencil first, and then I'll go over it and fine tip Sharpie when it's done. The next one I'm going to do will be a thick line. Empty space, thick line. Empty space, thick line, empty space, and so on. Here, let's see, what can I do here? I will, in this section, put 3 vertical lines, 3 horizontal lines, 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, and fill it all with type patterns throughout the entire project. That's it. This will all be done, completely done in Sharpie. If you have any pencil, when you're done, you're just going to go back through and erase it all.